What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Trail Theory Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Pfeiffer. Gotta talk, man.
Go ahead, do
Use your mouth.
Go do your talking for a minute, and then
This is the banter.
I'll introduce.
Talk.
Yeah,
Do
see
it.
what happens. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trail Theory Podcast. This is the first time I've done this in 372 days.
we were just saying
what?
Al never intros anymore. He usually stays silent the first couple minutes. Let us get our energy out.
He likes to come in.
It's a
the
little
second half,
weird that
you
you're
know?
barefoot too.
What is with you and toes?
God, let's cover those things up.
I don't know. I had sandals on. I don't want to wear my flip-flops.
Oh,
I
that's
just
fair.
wasn't thinking
Got
when
your
I
thongs on.
left. It's hot, dude. I didn't even want to wear pants.
It's cool in the studio, but
It
it
is.
is 98 outside. It is
warm.
It's
blazing
so warm
warm.
outside.
in the middle of the heat wave.
I mean,
here.
okay. In our time right now, it's 10 p.m. and it's still like 88 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's wild.
We're in the middle of a heat wave.
Mm-hmm.
A July heat wave.
I wouldn't want to
Heat
go
mountain
backpacking
city.
right now.
No,
We went to.
Oh, God, no.
I took
it's gonna be
my
awful.
I took my family to Mammoth Cave National Park, which was an absolute blast.
Nice.
Look, we seriously need to do a guys trip there. We can stay at the campground and tent, or we can stay at the lodges over there that are really nice. Whatever you guys want to do.
Yes, sir.
But we need to do. Are you guys like claustrophobic?
No.
I mean, depends. We're, like if we're going spelunking, I might have a
Or
problem.
I should say, let's find out.
So they have like a 4-hour tour that you kind of go on your belly with to get into some sections.
Interesting.
And after the 2 tours that we did, I really want to do it.
I mean, I would say it's like
bad.
It's not like they've had people trapped and die in there.
No,
Yeah.
and I will say I was taken back on how manicured the cave is. Like there's stairs and railings and,
Yeah, I've seen
I'd be fine.
photos.
and,
That'd be
and
fine.
pavement and bridges and all kinds of stuff. They really make it very accessible for everybody, and the kids had a blast. We had an absolute blast. But the reason why I bring that up, it was so f***ing hot.
Yeah.
It was so hot camping. I was so happy that we had. I have this little fan that operates on a battery and it can oscillate, and so I put it up on our battery that we have that we bring that's maybe like a foot off the ground, and so
like the ocean.
so like I had it pointed at us, and it would take 10 seconds to go from me in the corner,
And you're just going like this.
back
2,
3, and then back.
Following it.
Dude, I literally would count it 1, 2. I need it. 3, 5.
Come back.
7. Oh, there it is. And then it goes away. You're like, no. It was so hot, dude. I was in boxers, no blanket, just sweating my ass
Sounds fun.
off.
You
But
were
it was
in a tent.
In a
Yeah.
tent. But we were in Kentucky, and it was like, I think it was 95 degrees during the day, and I maybe got down the first day and the last day were the worst. It was like, I think in the low 80s. Maybe the low 80s.
When were you in? I was just in Kentucky too. When were you in Kentucky? It was 2
This
weeks
would
ago.
have been early June.
Oh, okay. Yeah, last
They
weekend
had a
we went
heat wave
to,
come through. It was so hot.
Yeah, we went last weekend, and it was just all thunderstorms that came in after the heat wave.
Yeah, that's
It was
a bummer.
just straight thunderstorm
But
the entire
you were
weekend.
you were a little
We
you
were
were
in
about
red.
2.5 hours east.
Yeah,
and
we were
northeast of
we were
us.
in the red.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the red.
Did see something cool though, and we'll probably should get on topic at some point. But
Yeah, sorry.
We'll
I'm
get
trying
there.
to get the NADA tunnel, NADA tunnel. So at the red, if you go do some of the scenic drives.
Okay.
There's something called the NADA tunnel.
Okay,
and
I've
it's
never
not like
heard of
this
this.
insanely major, huge thing. It's a relatively short tunnel, but it's blasted directly into the rock.
Really?
Been there.
And you drive through, and it's a single lane.
Allison and I did it.
Right, you drive through. It's like pitch black. All you can see is the exit on the other side.
It's cool.
That's sweet.
And
That's
it's
neat.
And it's
badass.
one lane.
Yeah, one lane the whole way through. And you look, and it's just the raw rock around you.
Nice.
It's
Totally-
neat.
it's
It is-
amazing.
It's very short.
Very short.
It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah. You're through in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
But
so cool.
No
That right there
diminishing
is.
it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm
Because you
pretty
gotta
sure.
like park off to the side.
and
yeah.
then because it
neat.
was thunderstorming out the front, up there,
Was it like a
there's a
waterfall?
cliff above you, so there was like a waterfall coming down.
That's neat.
And
You know what? I
Wow.
think
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard. I think there's a marathon that goes through that.
Really?
I've heard of this before.
We
There's
parked
like a
right
marathon
there.
that
Yeah,
goes
that's
through
so
it.
cool.
Yeah,
You
we
can
were-
park
we were
right
just
there for
there.
the trail.
That's so sweet.
I want to go.
Yeah, super cool.
So, we're derailed. when I talk about backpacking in the heat,
You have to be on rail first to be derailed.
When Allison and I did the red, and then
with all
my
the
second trip, the temperature today is what it was.
Rough,
Hot,
dude.
Brutal.
Too hot.
No.
Yeah, too hot.
But
It's
at any
so
rate,
hard- it's so hard to sleep.
to steer ourselves back to the episode at hand, today we are talking about trends that are in the backpacking and camping community that maybe I don't want to say
We don't understand.
We just go.
maybe we don't understand, or we
just go, huh?
maybe
Yeah.
disagree with a little bit.
Yeah.
That'll
Or
shortly
maybe-
turn into us just ripping them to shreds.
Well,
Maybe
I don't
there's
know,
maybe
though,
there's
because-
a split.
Because I would say Austin and I had a little pre-chat before, and I don't know if there's anything about any that I'm like,
I'm not going to die on the cross
yeah.
for it.
But again, I'm curious. Maybe at the end of this, I'll be like,
the hill, maybe?
Hell no. Like,
Whatever. One or two. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do either of it.
I'm not going to be nailed.
The hill
to
of
the
the
rock.
you're going to use removable tape,
The hill of
not
the cross.
permanent tape.
Yeah.
Brian the martyr over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Nah.
All
We're
right,
good.
well, I'm going to endeavor to enter into this conversation.
Dude, hold
seeking
on a
to
second.
understand.
Seeking to
I'm going to seek to
understand.
understand. I already hate what I'm looking at, though.
I love those.
Not for hiking though.
I would wear the hell out of those.
Okay, so
MC
we're
Hammer
looking at a
Command's
picture
black.
of ultra baggy hiking pants, and like, dude, I would chill in those, but dude,
Oh,
that,
man.
you would get
Hike.
snagged like crazy.
Yeah,
on
you would
that.
get snagged, dude.
And
but,
just
oh,
swishy,
man.
like the constant feeling of fabric.
Listen, I'm going to hold my opinion here
I've been
because
getting big time into baggier
I
clothes.
don't know, but if you told me 5 years ago that I would be wearing wider pants, I'd be like, hell no, brother. I got wide pants now, man,
These are
and
wide-
it's cool. Like
these
I
are
get
wide
it,
pants.
and they're
These are the
comfortable.
only pair of not wide pants I own.
These are baggies.
So,
Well,
at the end of the day, I don't know.
But
I mean, do I
those-
want those right
those-
now?
Hold on, that's not just not.
That's really bad.
That's
It's
kinda-
ultra
it's
baggy.
very
That's
90s.
MC Hammer style.
It's very
Yeah,
90s.
But I
very
will
baggy.
say this: in defense, it would be sweet to let my sack hang free in the middle of that.
Nah,
you know?
I've done boxers
No, dude.
before on the trail. Not
Risky,
fun.
man.
I
Yeah,
have.
free balling.
I've worn
Lot of fun.
I can't do
I've
it.
worn baggier pants with boxers, and it was.
No.
I loved it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Just
I need everything to be
Too much
contained.
swaying.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with it,
liked
but
it.
I don't want them.
I liked
I
it
don't
a lot.
want to wear them.
Those aren't bad in
Those.
price either. Those $70. I'd be willing to take a gamble. What
It's
are the
just
colors?
not just not on a hike, man.
What are the
like
oh,
I'd wear
yeah.
those.
Oh yeah.
We got a deep gray over here. We got a that purple.
I'd work out in those
It's a
pants.
lot going on.
Oh,
I wouldn't go
There's too many
backpacking.
designs.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Too much
was a
geometry
solid
on
color.
there. Yeah.
What's the one that's all the way to
Did we
the
say
right?
the brand? What's the brand that we're looking
this is
at?
outdoor unisex windproof paneled wide
Yeah,
leg
that's the motto.
hiking.
What's the brand?
Oh,
That's a
man.
long brand name.
Tech wear.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's an Amazon description brand
Wait,
name.
wait, no,
Yeah.
Oh, 10% off your offer. No, go back up. Yeah, text
Tech
This looks like
Wear
a
official.
WWE wrestling
Click on
site.
that one.
Brian, I am, but the internet is slow.
Oh, come on.
It's cool. We can move on.
Doesn't
Yeah, we can move
Well,
on.
is that
Wear
one of the
brothers.
things? Is that something that people are starting to do now? Is wear baggier clothes while
I think
hiking?
just in general.
I think in general, not
It is coming
Yeah.
back.
There
a
is.
bit,
I will
yeah.
say this. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can chat about this since it is on the subject of fashion. And I don't even necessarily have a problem with it. I feel like sometimes I even dress like this, but a lot of tech hiking gear has now made its way into the mainstream, where
Yeah,
you
Gorpcore.
see Gorpcore is
Yeah.
definitely popular. Where you see folks wearing, famous
Yeah.
backpacking outdoor gear
Technical
brands in their everyday kind of like city wear.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this because I'm a huge North Face ambassador. Like I love North Face.
Oh, you just said North
I'm
Bass.
sorry. I wanted to say ambassador
Brother, are we
with
fishing?
it. North Face ambassador. I
you
love
go.
North Face.
Yeah.
They have been releasing some like kind of high fashion
Yeah, dude.
options. Like
I
they
would
teamed
say,
up-
I would
they
say
teamed up
North
with
Face and
Skims.
Arc'teryx are the
Yeah.
two that are the most popular in that
I
space.
feel like we talked about this because I mean every
don't know how I
athletic
feel
brand
about
kind
it.
of goes through that evolution. Lululemon did the same
Yeah,
thing.
that's
It's like
right.
now
That's
they've
true.
they did the athletic stuff and did that really well, and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, now let's go get the market of everyone else who just wants to wear.
We talked
our
about this
brand.
They
with
just launched their
Carhartt.
carts.
You know,
Fiore,
Carhartt
yeah.
goes
Right.
through the same thing.
Fiore
where
did the same thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's you see what started out as a very specific niche brand for that thing is now
commerce, baby.
everywhere. Right? Because they want to,
Yeah.
they want to be everywhere. They
Well, yeah,
get
it's
the-
when you find that there's a market outside
Yeah.
of just the technical specific, use product when people are using it for fashion. That's almost even not necessarily easier, but it is a trend that you can get onto and kind of ride that wave while you're currently the hot item.
Where I think it can get dangerous is that if they're trying to keep up with the demand, that's hard to with their suppliers for sourcing, and a company like Patagonia or North Face or Arc'teryx, and there's some others that are doing 1% for the planet, and they're doing all this stuff. They're trying to source all of their materials responsibly and organic and stuff like that. If they start going down where they're using more plastics that aren't recycled, and they just start kind of degrading
I think if they
who
can,
they are as a company and what they stand for.
Yeah, I agree.
They can maintain their culture and their quality, I think.
Yeah.
I think, though, that those are the things that maybe I think attract and make them popular are because of their
Oh, it's why I buy some of that stuff for sure.
Well, it's the technical materials, right?
It's the technical
People are,
materials, so
interested
it's
in
like
quality.
the people aren't paying all that money just for the fashion statement alone.
Right.
It is for the quality of the product, but it also happens to have this trend of outdoorsy tech wear. So it's an interesting thing because you see so much more of it now, in everyday wear. And I have a few things that I think are sort of like that, but I also use a lot of my products.
Yeah, for the intended use.
For the intended
Although
use.
I guess I'm less offended by it. I agree. I would also argue too, though, Brian, the products and the brands you're talking about are they got to the top of the mountain where they're at right now based on quality.
Yeah.
So I don't think those are the types of products and brands that are going to dip in quality just to satisfy the market. I think I think Arc'teryx is one where it's their stuff is, I would even argue, over too technical personally for me.
Very expensive.
And I don't need that layer of technical, but
the market comes to them to some extent. It's because it's known for quality, and it's well, if that works in these harsh conditions, I can get this really high quality shirt to sit in my office all day and have this brand on my shirt. It's but they're not sacrificing quality to do that. They're just putting out a product that's more universal.
Right.
Well, and if you look at fashion trends over the years, think about, we're talking about a product that is not being used for its intended use. I mean, the majority of fashion is old workwear. That's what's hot right now too. So it's that's not technically its intended use, right? So it's just, I guess, just evolution of this kind of stuff. But I'm unoffended by this, but again, it's stuff I wear, so I don't really care.
Right. But back to, if we're talking about hiking in baggy pants, I'm a no. That's even if they're super high quality, well-sourced baggy pants, I'm not gonna.
I would try it.
I'm on the fence. I don't have a strong opinion though.
Also, and actually, because I actually did, not intentionally, and I am gonna forget the brand. I'll have to follow up. But when we went to the Whites, those gray, somewhat baggy, real lightweight pants that I had.
I had some frog togs that were those got mutilated, dude.
But they were,
those did not.
So they weren't as baggy as that, but they were definitely way more.
Mine were baggy
than this.
Yeah.
And they did fine, but I'm not going to wear them again. It was especially in the wind. They're just whipping everywhere. And I felt like I was wearing wearing a parachute around my waist.
In that situation, you're just having a wet pant leg slap against your leg. It's just getting wet.
Right.
That's why I just did shorts. I was forget it.
Yeah.
I'm wet.
That was the move.
But then your pants are smacking your legs. That's a good point.
It was 25, 35 degrees.
Yeah, but he's moving.
And you're wearing shorts. It's crazy.
Yes,
and
sir.
It's cold. You're a f***ing man's man.
I was going to wear a sweatsuit today just to get a laugh. I knew Austin would have something.
What are you getting into wrestling now? What? Trying to cut weight, bro?
Get my sweats on.
Hell yeah.
Got a sweatsuit on with his gold chain. Oh!
Paul's got one up that I'm curious about.
Yeah, the sleeping pad inflators.
See, okay, but I want to preface this too. If you're talking backpacking or are you talking camping?
I've seen a lot of them backpacking now.
Silly.
Yeah.
But car camping, I just bought a new one because it's I want to
hybrid one.
Yeah. The new one deflates, which is actually more important to me than the inflate because I want it to pack down even tight.
I don't have one of those.
Vacuum.
Yeah, it's they made XPED just made a new one that it actually they claim that it gets it back to basically like the factory roll.
Oh, really?
And it's like, man, we have had a pain in the like. It
Yeah.
is really difficult to roll that thing up, and it's like, man, when car space is kind of limited on a big road trip, like
At a premium.
if that thing gets us 4 or 5 more inches of roll down, it's a big difference.
See, that
and it
makes
just
sense.
makes it easier.
No, I like that because I have one that like will suck the air out, but it won't get that tight. There's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
still just a little bit
Yeah.
too much. And you're like, "Well."
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, and again, I think
You're like
it's,
laying on
you're
it.
never going to get it perfect.
I just lay on.
but-
Yeah, I
Get it
lay
out.
on mine.
Yeah,
But,
I think camping, bring what you need to bring. I mean,
sure.
that's-
I
wouldn't bring that
I
back.
feel like I've seen more and more of these things for when people are going backpacking.
Yeah.
But I will say this too. Have
Have you ever heard in the distance? And
Yeah, been there.
Maybe, but I think maybe it's only because like we are a little spoiled.
For like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we're a little spoiled in the fact that like our Nemo sleeping pads come with
They're so
a
easy.
manual
Fill
pump
bag.
or a fill bag. Yeah, fill bag, and those are so simple and easy to do. And maybe that's why I'm like, why would you do that?
If I had to manually blow up the Nemo, just because it's so
Yeah, it's still
like
probably
it doesn't hold a ton of air. It doesn't need a ton
Right,
of air
right,
to,
right.
to
It's
for you
not
to
that
sit
big
on
of a pain to do with your mouth.
because it's all cells and everything. So, like you could do it manually if you had to. It wouldn't if I didn't have the bag or it got messed up. I wouldn't bring one of those with me.
Yeah, I would just do it with my
I
mouth.
just make it happen.
Yeah, and I'll bet you could do it in under a minute. I mean, I agree. Like they get relatively thick, but there's not a lot of air that goes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I mean, it's the way it's shaped and everything. It's not just a balloon, right?
So
I
it's
mean,
got the sections or whatever,
So
yeah.
you're not filling up every square inch of it, because it has the structure to it. I have one that I'm going to throw out
let's do
because
it. Let's
it's
move on.
and it's not a specific product or anything, but I thought it was kind of topical because kind of having to make fun of ourselves a little bit, but. The social media influencers
Yeah.
who film every freaking step.
I saw that
run
too. It
all
was
the
on my
way
list.
up.
And
I
Just
think
to-
that's on every
I
list.
think it's important to talk about because, like,
I have a hard time with it, too.
Ironically, we do social content, but I think that the thing that bothers me the most, and I'm sure most people, is like when it starts to be bothersome for like other folks.
Yeah.
When you're
Yeah.
in the way, when you're setting your camera up, like especially if it's like a scenic place and you're doing your content and you have your tripod up
Yeah,
and
if
you're in
you're
your
doing a
way
tripod.
and things like that. That's where I like really have the biggest problem with,
And for the individual too, because like now, this is where I struggle a bit because a lot of that content's super awesome, but what they have to go through to get. So if I'm gonna set up my thing, walk away from the camera for 100 feet, and pretend to be thoughtful, right, and do whatever that is. And then stop, turn around, run and get my shit, pack it up, and go to another spot and do the same thing.
Yes.
You're just like.
agree.
You're not actually getting anything out of the trip anymore.
I don't think that's the point. I think the point is getting the content.
Right.
And we've talked about that. And it's one of the reasons why we haven't. Look, for the last 3 trips, I think it's last 3 trips, I've tried to get enough video content for us to have like a full trip video where it's like, I don't know, 15, 30 minutes long or something like that. We just go too fast and it's too difficult to do, and we don't set shots up like that. We're there to primarily go backpacking and be with each other. Yes, we do shoot some video. Yes, we do shoot a lot of photos and stuff like that, so we
But
can
none of
share
it's
it with
overly
everybody.
staged.
Nothing's staged, unless it's Pfeiffer on a rock or something like that, right?
Yeah. Or if Pfeiffer just sees my camera pointing anywhere near him.
I just no. The camera follows me. Come on, let's be honest.
So the camera loves them, but we haven't released any of it because we just don't have enough, or it doesn't tell a story well enough.
and that's
but-
and that's the other end of it. It's
But
like,
then you
I
do
get
get
they're
those
trying to
guys that
tell a
are just
story.
doing that kind of thing where you're out there specifically to do filming and content,
Yeah.
and it's almost like a documentary in that.
So here's
of it.
here's where I
So,
struggle with this.
I don't have a super big problem with it if your outcome is trying to do something like that and it's not trying to connect with nature, I guess.
I agree with that. I would also mentally go there with, I think there are extreme versions of this and there are like effective versions of this. Where I struggle with this personally is where the authenticity gets lost
Yeah.
in the desire and what
Yeah.
you're trying to accomplish. For example, I think there are people out there all sorts of content, whether it's backpacking, literally any sort of social media trend. There are people that do this, where there are there's a viral thing of blank, or like this, like mainly a TikTok thing, I feel like. And I don't really know TikTok all that well, but it's people who like, there's a popular thing that's trending, or like there's a blank that's trending, a thing, and then they do that just for to hit the trend. Whereas like if we were doing that to me wouldn't tell. There would be no authenticity behind what we're trying to do. We would just be kind of hunting for followers, which to some degree, I mean, we want followers, but we want followers so that our followers come to our content so that they can hear our stories, they can hear our experiences, those types of things. Yeah. I don't want to subject ourselves to make content that just is forcing people to listen to us. I want them to come. I just want, I guess, or tricking. It's like a cheap trick, right? Where it's like, this is trendy. We're gonna do this because it's trendy, and it'll get us a bunch. Like, I don't want to make stuff like that. Yeah. And like I would, I guess maybe it's a hot take, but it's like, I don't know, maybe I'd rather have less followers than.
We'd rather do something authentic and have people be attracted to it than do something that is trying to capitalize intentionally on something that's, hyped up or whatever.
There's a hot dance. I guess we got to do that.
But I think that like speaks to like what our whole intention of anything on social media is. Like, we don't even really want to be influencers or have anything on there, but the whole goal is to get people to like and listen to our podcast. Like, that's the end goal, right? And there's kind of this necessary evil surrounding it, but we're also not going to be creating any content that's, like you said, like any kind of like gotcha, come on in, like
we're not baiting people.
We like being like earnest on the podcast, and that's how I think our social presence is, even if it's pretty minor presence. And listen, we need to do better with it in so many different ways. That's a conversation we have all the time, but I think it's because of that little bit of I don't know if it's just we don't want to put ourselves out there in an inauthentic way,
right,
unauthentic way.
And that's tough, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of these social accounts require so much consistency, which again, not a bad thing. And it's like there's only so many things you can make, right? And I get it, and I know we have a schedule and et cetera, but
and I guess here's a comparison I'll draw that makes a big difference for me, and I think it's just an example of what you're saying, Alex. Is I think of people like Jimmy, so Mr. Jen.
Mr. Jen,
James,
and people who really devoting their time, energy, and lives to like making beautiful content and really showing off nature, and that's the focus, right? Versus the person I described, where it's like, and it is funny the other channels that mock it, where like they walk away and the cute music and everything, and then it shows them turn around and like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I like that.
I have seen some of those. Those are funny.
The contrast between those two things. One, and I think if we were doing something, we put a high bar there. Say, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it and make it serious and tell a story and make it about the place that we're in, make it about us, as opposed to like a quick little nab at like, oh, look at me cutely walking over here.
Yeah.
What I think you're describing, Pfeiffer, and you said a good word there, right? You used a word that in my world with work is a word that I find to be, it's kind of a dirty word, which is content. And I think, I know you didn't mean it this way, but when you talk about Jimmy Chin does not make content. Jimmy Chin is a storyteller, a photographer, and a filmmaker.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the line gets a little bit blurry for people, because content is just putting things out there, making things, right? And that's fine. Jimmy Chin is telling stories and building a narrative and a bigger idea around what creativity means to him about being outside. And that's one thing I think that I love about him is his approach to things, his approach to filmmaking, his approach to photography.
Yeah.
And he's not going out in the woods to make content.
Right. I was going to say, like, his, like, somebody like that who has like a massive social following and like all this really good content on like their social page is really just extra from what they've created separately that's been so powerful and artistry and things like that. That's part of it, right? He doesn't go out there creating like, hey, this is going to be really good reel. It's totally different.
He makes the reel based on the creativity that he makes. And again, I think and that's why I think the term content creator is interesting. Like, I don't want to diminish. I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo on people that are content creators that are just making stuff to make stuff.
Okay,
but like,
yeah.
But to me, I mean, I guess as a creative person, like my whole life, I mean, I like the artistry of it.
Yeah.
And I think the authenticity can come through in both ways.
Yeah, and
so
I think it's artistry applied in different ways. Because you can have quote unquote content creators that they do take it very seriously, and
Oh, 100%.
their whole purpose is to put stuff out on. But it's not. It doesn't feel cheap. It's still authentic. It still has that piece.
It's been
Right.
proven that there's a viable option as a job to be an influencer. I mean, like people
dude.
get paid
A lot of money.
absolutely.
A lot of money.
Absolutely.
It's almost
We don't,
like
but-
kind of like no, not us, but it's kind of like the
Millions.
new rock band. Like when you were like
Yeah.
kids of like wanting to be rock stars. It's like, and then there was that era where people were like, I want to be YouTubers. It's like, dude, you
Right.
can be an influencer and like make money and be popular and all that different kind
You're
of stuff.
just creating a brand.
And so many
Yeah.
people
And
want
the
that.
brand
Yeah.
is you at that point, or it's of that version of you.
Totally.
But no, I think what we're agreeing on is all the same. It's as long as it's authentic and it comes from a good place.
Right.
Right.
And you
I don't
can-
think we have an
yeah.
issue with it. But when it is starting to, I love what Austin said. When it starts to encroach on other people's experiences,
Yeah.
and it starts to encroach on being in the way or a safety hazard because your tripod's
So-
set up and you're a ledge and
You
there's
know
a
what it
tripping
reminds
hazard
me
and all
of?
this other stuff.
So
I mean,
funny.
You know what
say
it
that.
reminds me of is like the gym videos where like
Yeah.
they'll be
Yeah, yeah,
recording
yeah.
themselves working out and someone walks in front of the camera
they get
accidentally and they get
pissed.
pissed
Yeah.
about it, and it's like, dude,
You're in a public
Right.
place.
Yeah.
So it,
That
makes me so
Oh, sorry, you got to do one more f***ing set, buddy. Sorry.
It'd be
So,
the same thing.
dude, we
Filming
saw-
in a gym, it makes me so mad. No one should
well,
do it.
here's
Do
the
you
thing.
see it?
If someone wants
I
to
see it
do
all
it,
the time.
Really?
Dude, there's a dude at my
Yeah.
gym who wears pajama
Oh,
pants
geez.
and does like 3 sets with a full
Yeah.
camera. And
Yeah.
You're like, what are you doing?
I've seen this dude.
Who is this for?
I've seen this
So
dude.
all right, so here's
cringe.
I don't like
I'll
that.
even say I'll give that to people, right? But the point is
being nice.
If you're gonna do that, more power to you. Have fun, but then be upset that other people who are
That's
there
another level
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude,
Don't
who are
make
in your
that my
shot because
problem.
you just it's not their problem, it's yours,
Yeah.
right? And same thing there. Like if you're gonna set up a camera in the woods and then do this thing, but
You're going to
the
be sorry that
focus-
we're making noise in the background.
right, but then it's
Yeah.
like if other people get in the way, or first off, you could be getting in their way, and that's a problem. But then like be upset if like someone ruins your shot. You're in
Right.
nature, dude. The shot's the
Right.
shot. Like that's you know.
Another thing on the gym another reason why I don't like it, and not even if people like about somebody getting upset, but like I just feel like the gym is such a vulnerable place for so many people trying to
sure,
improve
dude.
themselves, and to have this pressure of maybe being in the background of somebody's
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah. I
Like,
feel you.
dude, I hate
really
that. I
thoughtful.
really hate that.
It's a good point.
But anyways, okay, so I've got one that I'm really curious about your opinions, and I don't know if this is going to be controversial or not, but I want to like preface it by saying,
I'm going to throw this.
Heating up.
get ready. No. So I'll preface this by saying, like, I have 1000% not anything against like people who like to RV and camp and have like rigs and shit like that. But I think that there is this over obsession and this crazy trend of overlanding that has just exploded and kind of gotten out of control a little bit.
I know somebody that was bonkers about their overland Forerunner
Yeah.
that doesn't go camping.
Yeah.
They spent thousands of dollars on a TRD Pro and all these fucking accessories and puts the fucking propane tank, the miniature propane
Oh, they're
tank
just
on
projecting
the thing.
there, buddy.
And they doing all these
Yeah.
things and they're putting the ladder up. Does it look awesome? Yeah, it looks awesome. But they don't use any of it. It is all for show.
So yeah, my biggest
I have an
thing is
issue
that
with
it's-
that part.
My big thing is even if there's a lot of people who like may essentially use most of this stuff, it's just essentially it's just wildly expensive. Like some of this gear is just crazy. I mean, there are dudes with like $100,000 rigs out there, and we're not talking like big RVs, like rigging
that
their
might
trucks.
even be low, yeah.
That might even be
Oh,
low
yeah.
for a lot of people. I feel like it's become this like consumer maxing type of the word that I was thinking is like build flexing. It's just you're flexing your build, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know how usable. Maybe some people are really, really using a lot of these things, but I've got a couple other issues. But I'm just curious your guys' opinions and thoughts on like this huge like overlanding trend that's been going on.
See, for somebody that has for the last 20 years wanted to do my own Sprinter van, and have not had the financials to be able to do it because it's so expensive. I love a good RV. I love looking at a Sprinter van and be like, dude, especially if they've done the build themselves.
Yeah.
If you have done
doubt.
the build and put the work in and you spent the time to learn how to do all of the solar and electronics and all that stuff, amazing, dude. I go gaga over that shit.
Gaga.
My thing is just
Gag.
if you're not using it, then that's the weird thing. I think it got to be so popular based on like hashtag van life, where people were not buying apartments anymore and they were buying vans and going and. But I also don't mind the fact that if you're going to use that as your home in order to go see and experience different places of the U.S., go up into Canada, go down to Baja, or put it on a boat and go overseas and go to Morocco or go do those things like that, I think is the purpose for those things.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to go out and you're going to do some amazing exploration and you've got a job that's remote that you can do on the road, that's a dream for me. But it has been so popular that a lot of these people are like doing these really expensive van builds, and we're watching a video just based on some of the stuff they're doing.
So I have
but like, I don't know. I don't mind it that much.
I feel like my take is going to be very like milk toast. So there's so I think, all right, Austin's description of this. So my thing, kind of like you, Brian, if it's getting people out, right? So
Paul has a video of someone walking through their campsite, which
I mean, this is cool. So, but
please.
Let's say build
This doesn't
flexing.
quite
I want to land on
This
that.
seems tame to what I was
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's say worst case, most extreme, kind of like your description. Build flexing. I'm doing it just for the sake of doing it because I want to spend money. I want to show off all this cool stuff, and I'm not actually going to use it. Taking that extreme scenario, and that's just a guy out there who drives around, or girl who drives around. Like, look at me,
a human,
right? That's just like people do that with everything.
Yeah.
You do it with computers, do it with your cars, do it with your clothes,
There's
and
just
shoes.
insecurity
That's just
there.
you flaunting the fact that you have money and can spend it, and you want to do this thing, right? So, okay. Fun. This is some other person made money on you. Cool.
Right.
But everyone, other people who are doing maybe not to that level, but still building and then actually going out and using it. My only problem with that, if it's getting to be the super popular thing, is if somehow that is damaging or impeding on other people's ability to go out and do stuff, or getting in other people's way, or hurting the environment, or doing something like that, then it's a problem.
Well,
but if it's allowing them to get out,
one of the things that when I took notes on this was like they've also become like these parking lot monsters.
Yeah, that part
where
is
it's like
hard.
in a lot of these crowded spaces.
Some of the RVs have become huge
things, or just
huge
on the way.
RVs.
Right. And listen, like no doubt, like dude, if somebody handed me like $200,000 and it'd be like, one of the first things I would think of is like, dude, I'd love to build out a Sprinter van, customize it to take like my family on road trips and stuff like that. So it's not like I don't even want to like really just, gatekeep it in the sense of intent for people for building it. But I think that, it's become this like, it's become a little bit of a trendy thing to be like, speaking of influencers, there's so many van life influencers out there that are like, this is a day in a life of when I'm influencing. And like, part of me also thinks too of like, I don't know how many of those people actually have jobs. How many of them were just kind of like in their mid-20s, handed a bunch of money, and now they're just like living off of kind of
some
just
for sure.
money that they've been given, but I don't know.
But again, that can be like, I don't want to hold the fact that it's trendy that in and of itself against the thing.
No,
right?
sure.
Because
It's a good way
trendy,
to say it.
So, because the trend eventually, the fad will die out, but there'll be people who still do it meaningfully.
Yeah,
and
there
in
are
the right
still
way.
car enthusiasts that are still interested.
Right.
People have been living in vans down by the river for years.
Yeah.
So eating government cheese.
Government cheese. I'm unoffended by it, and I guess I'm probably a little bit in the margin here because I am doing things to my car to achieve some of this, but I think where I would draw the line, I agree it is trendy. I agree there are a lot of people doing it that don't use it. That to me is like whatever. If that's if that's your flex and that's your thing, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like whatever. Do I think it's weird? Yeah. but like, does someone else like hooking up their car like really like? Do I want to like yell at them? I
Like
don't
a big
care.
old fart can on the back and a tinted windows and a big spoiler.
Yeah.
I
Whatever,
got you.
dude. Like, but like, so where I'm like excited about this and where I think it's cool, like Paul's got this video going, right? Like what we're looking at on camera, like this is not a campground. And the thing about what's cool about overlanding to me and why I'm interested in doing things to my car to get it to a point where I can like hook up all my stuff and have all my things, like to some degree, like overlanding is like you like go find a Jeep or a Toyota commercial and they're going to show you areas of the world that you cannot get to if you've got a Ford Focus and like a Walmart tent. Like I hate to say it and I hate to be one of those that's like, you know, gatekeeping's not the word, but like to get to some of these remote campsites that are you have
to have the right tools in order to get the
most picturesque ones where it's like, oh, I want to go out there for 3 or 4 days and I am going to lose signal. I don't care. I'm going to be self-sufficient. Like that to me is overland. That's the goal.
And you know
like
what?
that
Not even campsites. Like it's just
Right.
I just want
it's Bureau, it's BLM land, dude.
You know what's
I'm
funny,
going to camp right here.
Do you know what's funny, Alex? Like, I didn't even think about that as an advantage because I feel like it's been so popular that like, that's one like of the main things you can use this rig for, you know? And I haven't even thought about that because I feel like I always just see it like camped at a campsite or something like that. So no, that's a really good point and a really good reason to like if you want to get into this to like to rig it up to be in the middle
to be able
of nowhere.
to do that.
Yeah, and like that's ultimately my like long-term goal with the things that I'm getting and again, I'm of the buy quality and continue to use it over time.
Yeah.
I want to go. I know when I drive out west, there are, you know, apps. I mean, off-road or X off-road or I forget what it's called.
Yep.
On X, that's it. Like you can pop up, you know, BLM land. And when you're out west, I mean, I think it's a little different in Northeast Ohio. It's a little differently applicable. So when you see like people with overlanding, like way over the top rigs,
you're going to West Branch.
Maybe
it's like
it's a little extreme. But also, I don't want to judge people because I don't know. Maybe these people are the kind of people who are, maybe they drive out 4 times a year and that's their hobby, right? So I don't know that. So I don't want to hold that against them or assume. But like when you go to Moab, I don't know, dude. 50% of the cars look like that.
Yeah.
And they're covered in dust and it's cool as hell. And there is so much land out there that, you know, when you get out west, all that land, there's so much free space where you can just, I want to go here and you can do the research and find stuff on OnX and you can go to places where people you can't even like dream up that I'm going to be self-sufficient out there. And
just look at the backdrop.
I have a car that can get there, and like, there's not a campground there. I might.
This
not
is clearly
see
like an
for days.
overland like meetup kind of.
And I'm sure there's that, right?
But I mean, again, like I said, they have car enthusiasts do this with old cars.
Exactly.
People who love cars sound systems do this with cars that they've souped up their subwoofers and everything. Like this is a thing that people do. It's like human nature to like, I'm going to take this concept and blow it way the out of proportion and then go and show it off to people.
Yeah,
like
right.
And there are, again, similar to the social thing, there are absolutely extremes to this, right? I mean, when, you know, there are, I think...
Someone sleeping?
I was going to say, they're about to put in there that somebody probably assed out with their cheeks upright.
There are those...
of privacy
I forget what they're called,
stuff.
Paul, but like look it up. They have a name and it's like a short name. Like look up like European overlanding trucks.
Cheeks up.
They're huge. They're like hundreds of thousands.
I know
of
you're
dollars.
talking about. Yeah,
What are they called?
they look.
Allison and I have
badass,
seen
dude.
one.
They're
But
so
dude,
cool.
they look like you talk about you're ready for the like the apocalypse,
Yes,
dude. This
it
is what
is.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
The zombie killer.
God, yeah, I can't remember what they are
Forget
called.
the name. Damn.
They're built on like a military.
Yeah, they look
vehicle, I
like they
think.
look like military vehicles. They're monsters.
That's
crazy.
That's it right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
Krug
yeah.
expedition.
There's
Yep.
that's not the word. That's not the word. Oh, man truck. MAN.
A man truck?
This?
Yeah. Dude, they're like
Yeah, wait
monster
till you
trucks,
see this
bro.
thing.
We saw one at the Grand Canyon, and like I don't
Yeah, dude.
want a man truck.
That's like a prison transport.
I've
They're
driven one of
huge.
those.
There's some better. There's some like modified ones, dude. These things you talk about like off grid stuff, like for days and weeks and months at a time.
These are for the people that want an RV, the luxury of an RV, the classiness of an RV, but want to be able to go off road.
They want to be able to drive
Yeah.
to the moon and back.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
This is a weird gripe.
Oh boy.
You know what I hate about like old classic like Winnebago RVs, things like that? What is with all of them having those stupid swoopy decals on the
I
side
don't
of them?
know,
They're the
actually.
ugliest pieces of shit of all time.
You would think-
Dude, it's the ugliest design ever.
A lot of bad ones.
It's a lot of even newer ones. There's a lot of
Do you
the
know what
weird
what's the
designs on the
aesthetic
side.
You go to
choices
any
for
like
RVs,
classic
very
RV shop, and they all have like
the stripe, the
Yeah,
sort of
stripe
the little
swoopy
swoopy
thing.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they make it
90s.
more
What?
modern looking?
I don't know.
Like, that immediately makes me not want
that.
What would you suggest?
black.
Yeah, it doesn't have to have anything.
Not that.
Plain.
Well, the thing is, like,
Put
it's just
a
a black
stripe if you
box
need
would look
to.
kind of boring.
Who
right?
cares?
I mean,
No, that'd be
I agree,
awesome.
but like I think it's just such an old aesthetic that I'm like, man, they've been making this like the same since like
I don't know, dude. Look up what's the Bound for Nowhere. They have a cool looking Toyota truck with like a big thing on the back that
Yeah,
looks cool.
that's great. I love
You know what it
There's
that.
reminds
like
me of?
three
You know
stripes on
the
it. It's
old
sick.
styrofoam cups that were always in the cafeteria with the blue,
Yeah.
green.
Oh, yeah,
very
it's-
90s.
Yes, that's the
it's like
thing,
they
yeah.
just kept that, you know.
I think some of it is like there's a certain cheese factor to it.
Yeah.
Where
Yes.
like it's kind of like that exact thing what you're described those cups. Everyone
Yeah.
knows that purple and
Everyone
like
knows.
aqua blue design. Everyone knows those cups.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, that's just the trend, man.
Also, it's aerodynamic. You got to make the swoop makes it seem like it's faster.
fast.
You know, it's almost like
Yeah.
flames. You know, it flames on the side. It goes
like-
fast.
They're not
call
that
me lame, but
aerodynamic,
like
dude.
it doesn't match any car. So
No.
like
Brother,
you know,
none of those are aerodynamic. Like, if you're
Carrying
pulling
a
any
bomb.
of these, dude, you're getting like 11 miles to the gallon.
Oh yeah.
My uncle has like a little bit bigger one, and they get dude, it's like negative gas. That's the one right there, Paul. That is sick.
That's
like,
so sweet.
like that's cool.
I've seen there's a dude around our area that has one of those. He's always rocking around in something like that. Those are sweet.
But you know what's funny? So like I have some accessories that I have on my car. I've got a roof rack and I have that Yakima Exo system where it's a swing arm and I've got two trunks and stuff like that now. But I'm not driving with it on. Like
Right,
when
right.
my trip
Yeah.
is over,
Yeah.
you use it for
comes
your
off.
trip, and
You're
then
not
take it
flexing.
out.
Yeah.
It comes off, and then it's just a regular SUV. Then
That's
again.
why I like and I feel like we've had this conversation before, but I prefer the pull behinds as opposed to the like real RV. That's just all. It's because then it's like
Depends what you wanna
depends
drive
what you're
that.
going to use it for. But like,
But I
if it's
agree.
not your everyday car,
Right.
Right.
Right,
Then it
but I-
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
if money was infinite, I would
Yeah.
have the RV or the Sprinter, right?
But, yeah,
like
the pull around, like you gotta like
the practicality
Right.
of it. Yeah.
I don't know. I think if
Because then it just puts wear and tear on the everyday car that you're on.
you still
too.
got to have like if you're going somewhere, you're need an everyday car. I'm
That's
not going to
why a
drive
lot
to the
of
grocery
them
store
tow
in the
like
RV.
a Jeep behind it,
Yeah,
dude.
Right, yeah,
So
that's why
either
they
you're
do
towing
that.
your everyday or you're towing the I'd rather tow the trailer, I guess. Well, maybe not. If you want to save the, I understand. I just don't like driving your house.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Pulling your
Touche.
house is fine because then you could just swap out the wheels that are pulling it.
I don't
And
know,
then
man.
if you're,
It's definitely easier to just hook up a trailer. I think. For
I
sure.
think
And
it
it's
depends.
cheaper.
It depends.
cost and
But-
stuff like that. Yeah,
but,
it's
I
way
mean-
different. You're not buying another engine.
But the thing,
yeah.
the thing that's nice though on driving your house is that you've got a little bit more room and
Well,
the metal tent.
One of the things that I've talked to my wife about is like if we did have a Sprinter and she's not a road trip person, she's not going to argue with me about me saying that. She hates being in the car, which is one of the reasons why we haven't gone out west. But if we had a Sprinter van where she could get up and move to the back, or she could go in the fridge and grab a drink, or she could be with the kids for a second, or the kids
Yeah.
have a little bit more room, that makes the 14, 15-hour drive in the car a little bit more bearable.
I think you also have to take into consideration, like, when you like a Sprinter van or what is it, a C-Class or whatever, where
C-Class.
like you're driving the thing. When you get to camp, dude, you're set up.
Right.
You're done.
Period. You
Yeah.
don't have to. You
Yeah.
don't have to set anything
Maybe you
up.
could do like
get a
an
tent
awning
up, pull
or
out
like
whatever.
something like
If
that.
you
So
want.
maybe some tables,
Very
but like
easy.
it's
Yeah.
very easy.
Some people want that experience, and
Right.
that's why, like, for me, this is again. It's like there's so many scenarios here that we're talking about.
Again, it's
right?
just such a big mother.
the
Like in a parking lot
Dude.
at a national park, dude.
Agreed. I don't
They
want to,
do-
and like I don't want to park. I mean, we had issues parking with your trailer
We did.
thing at Acadia.
Yeah.
And again, like, imagine if you had
On the side
a
of the
Sprinter
road.
van.
Now, I will say this: the parking lot at Mammoth was getting redone, and they are starting to make parking spaces specifically if you're driving RVs. Now.
Oh yeah.
So
I've seen
feel
that. They're like the
that
big
makes
long
sense.
ones. Yeah.
I feel like the infrastructure for these national parks that people are trying to go to with these bigger vehicles or bigger RVs, they're starting to kind of adapt a little bit. It's not going to happen overnight. Is it going to take up more spaces? Is that going to be there's less people in the parking lot? Yes, it does. Absolutely. You can't, you're not going to take bigger cuts of a pie. It's still the same pie that you're taking,
Right,
slices
it's just
out of
set
or
up
whatever. But
differently,
but they are starting to kind of adapt to that. The only other thing that I think is a little bit of a bummer is that if their infrastructure isn't made or their roads weren't designed for these huge, like these bigger RVs to go through, not just the Sprinter vans, but a big RV. The big RVs are tearing the roads up and the streets up a lot faster. So that's an issue that people can have
dude,
too.
the tour bus, dude.
But,
Anybody
yeah,
rocking the
right,
tour bus
right,
around,
right.
dude, is insane.
Austin, this is the distinction.
It's like $500,000.
I have two thoughts,
crazy.
two real
Bonkers,
quick
dude.
thoughts. One, that's glamping.
Dude, that's
Oh,
yeah.
right.
And again,
Well, I would argue
I-
everything we've talked about so far.
That's just
is
in your
glamping.
house.
I wouldn't
except-
say that for
except
sure.
this is like
dude, like
another
Sprinter vans,
level.
Yeah.
Sprinter vans are not. I think can be luxury camping, but like Sprinter vans are not that big, dude. Like
Right.
when you're toting around a tour bus size,
Yeah, you've got
Yeah,
like
and you can't park
bedrooms.
anywhere, dude. Come on,
Dude,
get
that's
outta
too
here.
big. I would also
The
say
tour bus.
thinking about all of this actually reinforces my desire to want to overland more. Because I'm like, I don't want to
like excited
I don't
about
want
it.
to be around these
Yeah.
all these big ass
Yeah.
buses. I want to go in the middle of nowhere. I want to set my camp up.
Right.
I want to cook my meals without being bothered. Like that's what I want.
Speaking
And
of
also-
it,
well,
we're
you
looking
go.
at we're looking at for whatever reason there's Volkswagen buses on the screen right now. I've wanted a Volkswagen
they're
bus for a
sweet.
long time. A 1969 or a 1970, I would love one of those.
Nice.
That
One of
blue,
these.
no, that blue one right
Anywhere.
there. I
Anywhere.
can want that one right there.
Someone in my
Volkswagen
neighborhood has one.
Eurovan all day long.
I was
dude.
I did a date day this week with my wife, and we were coming back a different way, and we went past this garage, and they were working on this Volkswagen bus and overlanding it. The thing had a lift
Hell yeah.
and monster ass tires, dude.
That's
It was
crazy.
insane.
we
Someone
had
in
a,
my neighborhood has one.
We had
Really?
a family
Yeah. It
friend
was
with one when we
bonkers.
were kids, and I will say this, dude: the inside of those things,
So dope.
The two middle chairs
Yeah.
are captain's chairs, and they rotate.
Yeah.
and you could put a table.
Yeah.
I remember when we got in that
That's
thing to
crazy.
like go to the movies with them, and be like, "This is the most baller thing of all
The
time."
the engine is underneath the passenger
Yeah.
front driver's
They're
side.
so- they're
It's
so
I've
just
never been
so
in one on
wild.
top of it.
They're
It feels
so
weird
wild.
to drive and steer because you're
You
on
would
top of the
love
wheels
it.
instead of them being in
Crazy,
front of you.
dude.
Yeah.
So cool. It's like driving a
Driving a
literal
bus.
school
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never really liked like Volkswagen, like old Beetles or buses.
I hate
They
Beetles.
look a little
I
corny.
hate
I like
Beetles.
I like the Beatles.
They look
But
sweet.
the buses, dude,
That's funny.
I'm into the buses. Sorry,
right, let's
Wow.
move on.
Move on.
We've been on.
We gotta get out of the
we
wheels.
spent
Dude,
so
we're
much time
50
on that.
minutes into this
Yeah,
almost.
dude.
How is this possible?
Just
All right,
yap-
so
just
let's talk.
yapping.
Let's talk about
I
it.
honestly
I want to
didn't
talk
think
about
we
a
were-
trend.
Yeah, go ahead.
Send it.
And it's I don't know how I feel about this. We'll talk about it. Maybe I'll have an opinion when I'm done. But let's talk about ultralight.
There you go.
Okay.
I kind of had it down.
Because I've been thinking about this a bit lately, right? I don't know if I love the notion of ultralight as a concept. And I say that because I think there is ultralight, like what you're describing, Austin, with like overlanding, where it's like being ultralight as a flex versus being lighter for enjoyment, which is where I think I land.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need ultralight to be like the ultra, like when you talk about like ultralight maxing or whatever, like that's the trend, right?
The maxing.
Like, I don't need that.
Gram maxing.
I don't need that right now, and I don't necessarily need all my products to be that way. I'd like to be lighter in general, just to enjoy myself more on the trail, to carry less weight.
So,
but I don't necessarily want to
all this
be.
goes back to your intention. I feel
Well,
like.
right,
100%.
but also the return on investment and the concept of, diminishing returns, right? So you get to a point where what is losing that extra, even pound, right? At a certain point, it's like, what is that actually adding to your experience? And what is it taking away?
It depends
So
if you're
you're
just
going-
doing it one time or if you're doing it many times over many different products to equal a bigger weight.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you have a option, you build your pack out and it's 40 pounds versus 30. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's going to impact
Agreed.
your experience. That's going to impact
Your
your
enjoyment.
safety, your
Absolutely.
enjoyment. But
Yeah.
15 versus 13 and a half, are you going to have a drastically
Splitting
different
hairs for me, dog.
right?
Yeah.
Are you going to have a drastically different experience?
No,
Or
probably
is that,
not.
or are you losing something in that pound and a half that actually would have brought you a little bit of
To me,
enjoyment
there are two
and-
sides of that coin. There are some people who want to get down to that number just to say they're at that number.
Right.
That pound and a half doesn't matter at that point. But again, I don't care. I'm not offended by people that want to be there. I guess I'm just asking because we're talking about
Right.
trends. Like, I don't necessarily agree or disagree with it. I would probably more agree with it because I would like to be lighter, and I've gotten my stuff relatively light, but by no means is my stuff light. I carry multiple cameras.
I think the one thing that, because we've kind of talked about this before, between like ultralight, ultra waist, all this kind of the different equipment that you can get. I think what we have found and what we've discussed is that there's a balance, and I think that if it makes your trip more enjoyable, and you're not really necessarily trying to go for this ultimate ultralight pack, and like you're sacrificing a great amount. I mean, come on, we're weekend warriors when it comes to backpacking. Like, what are we trying to accomplish if we're trying to get it like to be the ultralight number?
Right, right.
Is it really that important? I don't think it is. But if there's a piece of gear that is ultralight and we're okay with spending a little bit more to be a little bit lighter to make our trip better, cool, go right ahead and do that.
And if it were, Austin, so that's a great way to say it. If it were, there are so many things that we wouldn't be taking.
Yeah, I do so much. We would be sacrificing so
Tons.
much.
Because if that's the goal, there would be so many pieces we would just say we're not taking that because we don't need it if we're trying to maintain this.
And I'm going to let Brian go, but also what you just said, Austin, think about the stuff that we have bought that's ultralight. We've lost zero function. We've actually gained quality. We've bought, when we buy the Snow Peak spoon, it's like, it's not a lesser spoon. And it also weighs less. It's like, no, it's actually better
it's actually,
in a lot of ways.
yeah.
Like, it's really good. It's better than the one I'd bring from home. It's better than the one I'd get at Wendy's for free and break because it's not going to break. And it happens to be super light, right? It's like we're not when we do spend and go ultralight, we're usually adding function and form and shedding weight and accomplishing all those things instead of like sacrificing quality.
Well, and shedding weight in one area allows us to up weight in
That's what I
another
was going to
area.
say. That's what I was going to
Is where I
say.
would draw like the hard line.
That's where I was.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to bring up because
So-
I bought a Dyneema tent and spent a ton of money in order to get that tent down as low as it could possibly go, with it being a spacious and functional tent for me. And I did that in order for me to upgrade or pack more luxury items like my sleeping system, like my bigger pillow, like a thicker sleeping pad.
Let me cut here to add here.
Exactly,
Or, I will try to slim down as much as I can, or maybe I'll buy a new, maybe I'll go with a quilt instead of a sleeping bag because it's lighter, just because you're using less material. The material could be different. It could be lighter just in general. But like, I do that so I can then bring a camera, or I can bring an extra battery. And now I don't have to
always
worry
been my goal
about
with it.
this being dead and I can't grab whatever. We go back to the content
So-
thing, I guess. But you're
Full circle.
I think what I started doing was I started trying to get my weight down on the things that I knew I could affect, because the other things like the FX3 or all the other stuff, like that weight can't change.
Right.
That weight is what it is. It's going to be heavy. You're going to have to add more things to it, like batteries and all the other stuff. So like you do that to be able to do the other thing.
It's an offset.
Yeah, so I think in hearing you talk about that, I think I've dialed in on what it is about ultralight that I disagree with specifically. And it's the same thing as what Austin and I were talking about before recording, is by throwing high protein, gluten-free, organic on a label, right? What we're talking about now is not ultralight. We're talking about optimizing our pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you are going
point.
after a product specifically because it says it's ultralight or it qualifies for that criteria, I have a problem with it. It's like, that's not the important thing. Is it actually optimizing your pack in the right way? Meaning, adding that allows you to do something else better or whatever. Yeah. So I don't like the label. Having it be it shouldn't even be a thing. It should just be there's good products out there that happen to be light, and there's other stuff.
But the world has made
it's
it
a marketing.
Thing. Yeah,
it's a marketing thing, and there truly are some stuff that are really like, if you got this for your pack and you're trying to be ultralight, this is probably the piece that you should get. But I do agree that it's a lot like,
I just don't like the classification.
Yeah, I can get.
But some people, that's what they want. They want to be, I only have one pair of shorts. They're wet. Okay, I'll just keep wearing them. Like, some people, that's like, that they have something to prove in that, right? And to me, like, I don't need to prove that, right? And I'm okay with it.
But see, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But if you're going and say I only buy ultralight shorts, it's like, dude, just buy shorts. If you only want to bring one pair, that's your call, dude.
I'm going to be very honest. For 2 years was like, I have to be ultralight. I have to get down to that number. I'm going to do whatever I need to do. We'll do one piece at a time. I've got to do it. I was one of those people. I was like, if it says ultralight,
that's why we called you a Grammy for so long.
It's for me.
Bye. Let's go.
Hold
I
on.
have switched and changed, and my mind is.
You've
but
been
like
better.
I'm not that way anymore. But I will admit that I was one of those people.
You
for
are
a little
now
bit.
not insufferable. No, I'm kidding. You were
No,
never.
I would also argue that if we buy a new product, there's a mindfulness.
Hold on, real quick.
Oh,
So, Paul,
absolutely.
you've got something on the screen that I need to understand. This is called an armless sunglasses. What the?
Where they're like a strap.
The Morpheus ones?
No, the ombres. You've never heard of those before?
So isn't it just the strap that goes
yeah,
around?
it's just a strap.
Yeah, I don't like
Because
that.
those arms are so heavy. You know,
Ultralight
those are
sunglasses,
weighing you
everybody.
down.
I don't know if
Are you kidding me?
I can't believe you're holding your head up. With
I don't know
those
if
glasses
it's
Same with
because
you,
of
Alex. I don't know how
ultralight.
you guys
that
are doing
technically wasn't designed to be an ultralight
Okay, because
backpacking thing.
I thought he was on an ultralight like list of gear.
He is.
It is.
He is, but
but it just happens to be
I
very
think
light pair of sunglasses.
Other people are saying that's ultralight. I don't
that would
think
be
yeah.
so annoying. to have
Yeah,
that
I don't
wrapped
want
around my
to.
head.
But
They're designed
I
in a
don't
way.
think it's an ultralight thing.
No.
Hombres.
I wear the Morpheus glasses that pinch on your nose. Those are true ultralight.
Yeah, they are.
When you sweat, they fall off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. No thanks.
Yeah,
I'll have to look into the hombres.
There is one trend that I think is fucking stupid.
Yes, bring it.
Yeah, now we're talking. Finally, it only took 57
I've
minutes.
got one to close on.
I believe we either had it in Shenandoah or I experienced it in Mammoth. The fucking bear bells, guys. Come on.
Really?
Come on.
Oh, geez.
You don't need
I
to
don't
wear
think we
bells.
experienced it in Shenandoah.
That's
You don't,
so
need,
funny.
you don't need to wear bells on your backpack because they've kind of debunked that the bears in those areas
They debunked
they
it.
got
Yeah.
used to it, and so it attracts
That's
bears.
hilarious.
Right.
Dumbass.
I
So
It
it's
attracts
just
the bears.
annoying to people that are walking next to you for an hour. They
can smell the
Sorry.
menstruation.
that was
I didn't
really mean and rude.
anticipate
Sorry.
feeling passionate about something. The bear bells are dumb.
Yeah,
So
get out
dumb,
of the bear
dude.
bells.
And-
I actually kind of forgot about
How
it.
annoying
Yeah,
would that
right.
be to be packing and then
It must
hearing the jingle the whole
It must
time?
be
You're like you're in the middle of mass.
Then it definitely
No
yeah.
thanks.
Then it definitely
No
was when I was in Mammoth because it was so frustrating to hear on like a full mile.
that's crazy.
I think I either heard them at Shenandoah or when I was out west because I've heard them this year.
I thought it was Shenandoah for a
I think
sec,
maybe it was.
but oh, dude.
It's too much.
Well, maybe it was both times. Stop.
Stop the bear bells.
it's
All right.
unnecessary.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it is.
close. I'm gonna close with one. All right.
You're standing up for this.
Well, I'm
Oh,
not
gosh.
gonna totally stand up, but I'm gonna get in position. All right.
Wearing
So
jeans while
Should I be
backpacking.
prepared?
there's a trend right now, and it's great because it's backpacking. Backpacking is a big trend right
That's
now. It's
true.
become so
that's true.
popular.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Oh, geez.
There are so many people that are going out not being prepared.
Yes.
And it's not even necessarily the right equipment because that's one thing. But every single day, I see reports.
Yeah.
Like in this,
Yeah.
and I'm going to use ADK specifically because I've
Yeah,
been just
we've
following
heard
them.
a shit ton about
but
this,
dude,
yeah.
it's almost every week they have a report, and there's multiple pages where they're like, this person, did blah blah blah. This person had to get rescued. This person
Yeah.
had to get rescued.
Or this person died.
Or this person died.
Right.
And
A lot of that going on.
one common trend that I've been seeing in this is people have been relying purely on their phones for navigation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bringing compasses, not having paper maps, not being prepared in that sense. So stop it with the trend of being unprepared.
Stop it.
Be prepared. Stop relying on your tech. Your phone will die. That's
Yes, it
one of
will.
the common ones is like
Yeah.
person called 911 right before their phone died because they got lost. After 3 hours of searching, they found them. Like, dude, we love that people are out there. We love that people are backpacking and getting into gear and finding beautiful places in this
Building
great
their
country of
overlanding
ours.
rigs. Yeah.
Building their overlanding rigs. But, dude, you got
it seriously.
We take it seriously. You have to prepare with the gear, with your research, with
your fitness.
being
For
safe.
With your ability, like you have to prepare yourself.
Right.
For real,
Yes.
know your ability.
That is
That's
100%.
absolutely
Yeah.
true.
Do
too.
not go tackle Mount Hood.
Don't
if you
don't jump into a bush with your Yeezys on, like
Yeah.
that teenage kid I saw on Mount Marcy.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Man, that's a good one.
Don't
to end
wear
with. I'm
Yeezys.
good with that.
good little public service announcement.
For real.
everyone. We have some trivia.
Trivia.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Let's go.
Let's get it done.
Got it? All right, let's do it.
I'm gonna keep my my big old goose egg going strong here.
Nope, you've got 1 point.
You got
I
1
do?
point.
What,
yeah.
what is the...
Look, I'm an episode behind on editing. So the one that just posted this week, which was
Quit
the
versus failure.
quit versus failure.
Yep.
I believe at that point, Austin and Alex were tied at 4. I
Okay.
had 2, and you, Mr. Pfeiffer, are at Uno.
The correct
Time for the
numbers
big
are
comeback.
above us, and
The
I'm
correct
pretty
numbers
sure
are above
Al
us.
got 2 last time and nobody got any. But
I
I
think
might be
you're right.
wrong.
You got.
Oh, he
Because
did.
I
Yeah,
got
that's
them
true.
all right
That's true.
that day we recorded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Yeah, so
So it would've
you
been
were
2.
but we'll
you would
see.
be
Well,
lead.
the correct ones are above our head, and
They
we'll
are.
have to go back.
I do know that I'm in
We do
last.
these so in advance. It's like, I don't know where we're at. Like
Yeah.
the score.
I know I,
should've-
was
I
on a
should've
heater
checked.
last time.
You were on a
but
heater last time.
You were.
So
Things
Time-
change quickly.
Well, this time,
Pfeiffer's not going to get any right again.
Alex has to answer first.
No, we all said we answer at the same time.
Yeah,
Can't do
we-
that. We don't have the boards. We talked about getting. We don't
We
have the
did
boards.
the same thing last time on the last one.
We'll
we
do
did
it
we
out
all
loud.
said-
We can
yeah.
figure it out.
I think we need to hold on. We need to not talk like we
Lock in.
We got to lock in mentally. Honor system, all right?
Yeah.
But don't have all the conversation ahead of time,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, that makes it fun. Hey, listen, pal, you still got
What makes
a one right.
guys? This is great podcasting. Nobody talk. Keep
not
your
saying-
answers to yourself.
I'm not
Thoughts
saying
and
don't
feelings.
Our people want to hear our dialogue.
I'm not saying don't. But, what we tend to do is we tend to think we talk through our reasoning
through it.
and we convince
And then
each other of
people
different
convince each
answers.
other.
I
One
agree.
way or
So
another. I agree
we
with
got to
that.
lock
All right.
in. All right,
Let's do this.
I don't see
Lock
anything
it.
wrong with that. Lock it up. All right. So we are going to start with plants, animals, and water.
No, we're not.
today.
Oh shit! What?
Like it or not, that's what we're going with.
Planes, trains, automobiles.
All right. So we're going to start with the easy one. Question.
I knew you'd love that.
What winged creatures put on a famous mating display in Great Smoky Mountains National Park?
Haven't we done this one?
I don't think so.
think so.
No.
Don't do that again.
This one doesn't seem
Okay.
Get goosebumps.
in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park for a few weeks each summer. A, dragonflies. B, butterflies. C, fireflies. D, just flies.
Just flies.
Just those,
Just flies. This is
just those
pesky flies.
Which I have a dead one under this water bottle right now.
Smash.
On
nice.
camera, I smacked. Oh, he's dead. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Crispy boy.
Yeah.
Was it that big one that was flying
I
around?
smacked him on my arm.
Nice, dude.
And then
All right.
I looked back down and he was alive. I was like, I decked him. He's still alive. I don't know how he's
Killer Paul.
I gotta put him out of his
I
misery.
saw it. I kind of jumped
Paul-
back.
Paul of Duty.
All right, so it was
Paul, can you
butterflies.
say- well,
it
read it-
was,
read it
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
One more time.
I
All right,
legitimately
all
thought
right.
we were talking about birds and not insects.
What winged creatures put on a famous mating display in Great Smoky Mountains National Park for a few weeks each summer?
Locked
A,
in.
I'm locked
dragonflies.
in.
B, butterflies. C, fireflies. D, flies.
I'm not going to say anything because I know the answer.
I'll lock in, I guess.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
Hard. Strong.
Alex.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Oh, I didn't get enough hints this time.
No, I'm ready.
All right.
I mean, I'm not 100% confident, but
Everyone
I'm
say it
ready.
at the same time. 3,
You're not gonna be able
2,
to.
1. C.
A.
All right,
That didn't work.
I said C.
All right, we
A.
got a C.
A.
B is butterfly, right?
Yeah.
B is butterfly. So
Yeah, I said A.
A is fireflies or dragonflies.
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 And
C is
Austin.
fireflies.
Fireflies it is.
Damn it.
My daughter and I literally just watched a video on that this week.
They do it with their wings and not their
No,
light.
it's
come on,
glowing,
use
but
the butts.
it just said a winged insect.
Yes.
Or a
Yeah,
winged animal or
that
whatever.
to me is why
Brian,
you
I
can
read
sniff
it
out
twice.
flies real quick.
Hold on
Yeah.
a second. I thought they were doing the thing with their fucking wings.
He just
Well,
said
you thought
winged
wrong.
creature.
Well,
Would
sorry.
it have helped if they said with their glowing ass?
Yes, I probably would have changed my answer.
All right.
It's
so
actually pretty intense. What happens is, I'll tell you a little bit about it. So, what the males do is, depending on the species, they have different rhythms that they have with their lights. And what they'll do is they'll start to glow, and then the ones that are like the same species will become synchronized. And then the females recognize that that's the species they need to go towards, and then they'll go towards the ones with the
The
certain
light.
rhythm
How
that
about
is their
that?
species.
So it's a big like EDM.
Kind of, dude. Yeah, they sync up,
DJs
dude. They sync up.
Yeah.
That's
I like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
all right here, I mean, kind of verbatim, like fireflies, specifically the synchronous fireflies.
Look at
No
you.
one knows exactly why these special fireflies flash in unison, but visitors flock to see them every summer.
Damn.
All right.
Dude, me and the
So,
kids have been
up one for
rinsing
Austin.
like all these nature videos before bed, and even when we wake up in the morning, we'll watch like Planet Earth and
Nice.
stuff like that.
That's
it's
cool.
paying
I
off.
love
Great.
Planet Earth.
Ding.
I'm all
There you
about
go,
the
man.
bees right now.
Damn, dude.
Hell yeah,
The
dude,
what?
Secret of the Bees.
Documentary that's awesome. A Life for the Queen.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, it's good. It's on Prime.
Heck yeah, dude.
like,
Documentaries on Prime.
Dude, it
are
takes you
fire.
through the whole
God
like
save the
bee journey.
queen.
Watch-
It's insane. It's crazy.
Watch Secret of
Bees
the
are
Bees
cool.
after this.
What is it?
Secret of the Bees.
Secret of the
after
Bees.
this.
And then
Yeah.
listen to Collective Soul. What's that album with
Yeah,
a bunch
with
of
the
bees
bee
on the
on
cover?
it. Is it a bunch of
Dosage,
bees?
I think,
Yeah,
is the
I can't
album.
remember.
Just saying.
All right.
all right.
Let's bring
Or
her
Blind
around.
Melon too.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
All right, this is the hard one. Okay, so question. Many animals have the ability to produce light with their bodies. Like some famous denizens of Great Smoky Mountains National Park, what is the scientific name for a creature's glow? A, bioluminescence. B, lanternality. C, irradiation. And D, corporeal luster.
Whoa.
Corporeal
Just gonna
luster.
be a
Sorry.
Yes.
I think I'm locked in.
I think I'm locked in too.
Locked in.
Yeah, this one I know.
Brian's the only one that's a little confused.
All right.
Well, we're all gonna get a wrong watch.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
All
seriously.
right.
It's butterflies.
All right, you guys.
Hey, do you need to? You good? Do you need him to repeat the question?
Nah,
Comprehension.
everyone at the
boy?
same
It's not
time.
gonna matter.
1, 2, 3. A.
Yes, there we go.
Well, all of us said A.
Yeah, you guys are all synchronized like these fireflies over
we're
here.
synchronized over here, baby.
Yeah, bioluminescence is more common in sea creatures than in those
Yeah,
of land.
Haven't
but
you ever seen
That's
Moana?
why.
Yeah, man.
That's
Moana?
why I was.
Yeah.
That's
The
why I
turtle.
second guessed myself.
Bioluminescent
Yeah.
algae as a diversion.
or like in Nemo, the
Yeah,
big
right.
anglerfish.
Yep.
But Great Smoky Mountain National Parks is one of the surprising places where you can see a land-based light show.
That's cool.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I've also seen some like not algae, but like fungus
Fungi.
Oh yeah, that
like
kind of flickers.
glows.
Yeah. I
It's
know what you're
crazy.
talking about.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And down in Puerto
Are you
Rico,
talking
there's
about
a
your mind
area you can
glows?
go to.
Or are you talking about the fungus glows?
Fungus glows.
Fungus.
Well, I don't know now.
Maybe both.
All right, gang. Let's wrap this up.
Let's do it.
I do want to say,
yeah.
if you haven't gone to the Trail Theory shop, please do that because you can get one of these.
Look at
Your
that.
very own Trail Theory shirt.
Trail-theory.shop, right?
We've trail-theory -shop or
Dot
dot
shop.
shop, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's right here. Go there. You
We
can
also
grab
have,
shirts, stickers,
coffee. Yeah, we still got
So,
coffee.
We have all kinds of stuff that you can grab. We'll ship it to you. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe. We've got a Patreon that we have I think it's a support tier.
We do
Yes,
have a
$3.
support tier. We got a people. We've had
We had
people
like
this week.
three people
subscribers. Yeah, some
subscribe.
good
Yeah.
subscribers.
Thank
this
you
week,
for
so
that.
shout out to you
More-
guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
More than that, but
Oh, was it more than that?
We got like 10.
Fantastic.
Well,
thank
no,
you.
they're rolling in this
Yeah.
week. I'm just saying we got some
Couple
additions.
newbies.
Oh, additions.
Yeah,
Couple
new
new
friends.
Yeah, we got a couple new ones. Just
Gotcha. Yeah,
yeah.
It's which thank you by the way.
Yeah, thank you for
like,
that.
Holy shit.
We'll start-
If you are a part of our Patreon at this point, you are an elite trail
status.
theory member.
Elite
Yes.
status.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We love you guys, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
I've got nothing.
Wow, really?
So,
it took 131 episodes, 133 episodes.
I think you guys couldn't see it as well as I could because I'm on this side. I think the best part of the episode is when all of us went just waiting for Austin to go. Just what?
The Trail Theory Podcast is sponsored by Audimute and Audio Technica. Music by Dan Koch.